sauce.
Oh, yeah. Let's get sauce.
First up, we said we are going to be talking about the Olympics, all right? Weird Olympics. Now, we're not going to give you all the bullshit. We're going to give you the weirdest and wildest stuff. So we've gone through here. We've chosen some of the best, craziest records, and then we've narrowed it down to a top 3, all right? With the Olympics, you got a bronze, a silvers, and a gold. And so we also are going to be giving out a bronze, silver, and a gold medal right here on the show. But before we do, let's go ahead and talk about some other cool little things that have popped off in the Olympics.
Yeah.
All right. Jay Stevens, who's your favorite Olympian? Who do you think is the man of all time?
I mean, I think the man of all time is Michael Phelps.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you say that?
I mean, the man has 18 gold medals. 18 gold medals.
Yeah, he does. Well, in second place is, I think, 9, right?
9, yeah.
It's a Russian girl. She's got 9.
Yeah.
Her name is Larissa Latnina. Okay, she's from the old Soviet Union, but she's had 9. First place, Michael Phelps. He is a boss in the Olympic arena. You know who else is a boss in the Olympic arena? Is China when it comes to table tennis. All right? Now,
it's got to be about it, though.
They're good at gymnastics. They do
They are, but they be cheating, dude. They cheaters.
We're getting into cheating later.
We'll get into that, but they cheaters.
Yeah, there's been a shitload of cheaters.
That's what I mean. I think that just comes with the Olympics.
If you look up Olympic scandals, it's like cheating.
Yeah.
Well, cheating in sports has gone hand in hand since the invention of sports. Nothing new there.
No.
But when you get caught doing it, that is a different story. And when you get caught doing it on the big Olympics stage, it's even bigger.
Doesn't look good.
Yep, we did have some cheaters. But China, back to their table tennis record, they have won 28 out of the 32 gold medals in table tennis.
Yeah, which is impressive.
Which is complete dominance.
Yeah.
I mean, any sporting event anywhere in the world, if you take first place 28 out of 32 times, that's amazing. That's something to talk about.
Well, I mean, they had men's doubles and women's doubles, and I think they were just giving too many medals to China, so they just smashed the 2 into 1, so they could just give 1 medal to China instead of 2.
They did.
Yeah.
And speaking of taking all the medals, there's been a total of 100 medals. You got bronze, silver, gold.
Yeah.
They've won 53 of them?
Yeah.
53.
53.
They've won 53 of the 100 total medals. So they've won more than half of the medals in the competition since the inception of it in the games. That's pretty boss.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, before we started researching this little segment, we had USA men's basketball up there for their dominance, but they've taken a little hit this week, recently.
They have taken a little bit of a hit recently. I think they lost the first 2 exhibition games, but they won the second 2, and now they're having some COVID issues.
Yep.
Yeah, and for any basketball fans, they promoted JaVale McGee to the squad, and JaVale McGee is an utter scrub.
We're really stretching. I mean, JaVale McGee, I think he was even maybe fighting for a contract. That's the point he's at in his life.
Yeah. But confident they'll be all right.
Yeah. JaVale, good player, though. Just maybe not 2021 Olympic status.
Yeah.
All right. Who else has been a boss in the Olympics? Let me tell you who else was a boss. Our boy Bob Beamon from the USA as well. He's a long jumper. He holds the Olympic gold medal record. It's not Olympic gold medal record. The Olympic record for long jump at 29 feet, 2.5 inches. And that is a full 2 feet ahead of second place.
Yeah, and there is a jumper that I just saw recently. It wasn't an Olympic jump, but this kid was young, and he almost jumped out of the end of the...
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like, landed at the very end of the pit, and then fell onto the concrete over the pit. So I don't know if this dude's doing Olympics or what his deal is, but check out super long jump that happened recently, and you'll see something, and it's pretty impressive.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, and before we get on to our medalists, we're going to have one little side note weird story. This was a weird one when we were researching this.
Yeah.
We looked at weird records and stuff like that. We came across a record that is so vague and mysterious that we even couldn't get all of the info on it, but we got to throw it out there.
Yeah.
1900 Rio Olympics, back in the day, rowing and oaring.
Rowing
was the competition, right?
Yeah.
And when you have a rowing team, you have the person in the front of the boat called the coxswain. They are kind of in charge of, keeping the rhythm of the boat, keeping everybody going. Now, you want this person to be small and lightweight so they're not weighting the boat down.
Right.
They had some issues with some of the teams there, and so some of the teams just started throwing these kids in the boat.
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of the teams that did this was France. They threw in this little 8-year-old boy, apparently.
Yeah.
Threw him in as the coxswain, so they had an official roster, and they ended up winning the medal.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously didn't have as many, rules or whatever. And when was it, 1900s? 1900 Olympics?
Yeah, that was in Rio. Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think nowadays that'd be illegal.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, and I guess they were all doing it, right? They were all just throwing tiny children out there to try and get a W.
That's right.
Yeah.
So if you know the name, and this kid doesn't have a name
We
either.
looked, man. We looked for a while. And we did, the story is confirmed, right? A lot of people confirmed the story, but no one knew anything about this kid.
Right.
They just knew there was one.
So if for some reason you know this 8-year-old kid or you're somehow related to him, hit us up.
Yeah.
We would love to hear from you. If you're not related to the 8-year-old kid, hit us up. We would love to hear from you. Drop a like on down on this video if you're liking it and getting any value out of it. And we would love to see you again for episode 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. We are down to our top 3 Olympic stories.
Before we go to the top 3, let's give a quick shout out to our boy, Abil Abebe.
Abebe? No, Abebe's. We got a shot for Abebe.
Is Abebe number 3?
Abebe's number 3.
Well, that's just a precursor for Abebe.
You're jumping the gun there.
That's cheating in the Olympics, jumping the gun.
Jay Stevens is a line stepper sometimes. Be ready for that if you're watching this show.
That's for the people right there. That's for the people.
We are stepping over some lines here.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little Jay Stevens soundbite. We got more of those coming, but not this episode. We can't let every trick out of the bag on the first one. All right, moving on. As Jay Stevens said, our 3rd place bronze medal winner for weirdest Olympic story goes to a man out of Ethiopia called Abebe Akila. All right. Now, why is Abebe getting our bronze medal? Well, I'll tell you, okay? I'm glad you asked. Abebe decided when he was running the marathon in the Olympics that, you know what? I'm not really feeling these shoes. And they said, well, you got to wear the shoes. These are the official shoes for the Olympics. And he's like, I'm not feeling the shoes. I don't want to wear the shoes. Abebe tosses the shoes.
Yep.
So what does Abebe do? He trains like he's used to doing in Ethiopia sometimes. Man runs barefoot.
Yep.
And he smokes everybody.
Yes,
Takes
he
home
does.
the gold medal. He becomes the first African to win a gold medal in all of the Olympics. And he does it barefoot. And for that, Abebe Akila, we give you the bronze medal.
Abebe!
All right, moving on.
You try running a marathon barefoot.
And send us that video. We'd
Send
love
us
to
that
see it.
video. Yeah, we would.
Maybe we have an Olymp. Maybe we could start a little sub-genre of barefoot running.
Yeah, Zuki will do it. He'll run the marathon barefoot. You guys do it, he'll do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm easy to beat too. I'm not in my prime anymore. I'm not running a 4:1:40 anymore.
No, never was.
Oh, you asked my high school.
4:1:40.
4.08. So we're gonna round up to 4.1. All right, moving on.
Okay.
We got a silver medalist. Now, this silver medal is a very well-deserved silver medal because the people that got this medal, they were not robbed of the medal, but they never really got the full silver medal, so we're giving it to them. All right. Second place goes out to 2 Japanese guys called Shuhei Nishida and Sueo Oi. All right. Now, these 2 guys were performing in the 1936 Olympics, and they were in the pole vaulting competition, all right? Now, what happened was they went through the competition, and they both, with pole vaulting, you keep moving the bar up. Well, they both cleared the same height, and they tied. Well, the Olympic Committee said, well, there's a tie. You got to have a jump off, or you got to see what's going on. And these 2 guys said, well, we don't want to. We're friends. We don't want to compete. And they said, well, you have to. They said, we don't want to. So they said, all right, well, we got to figure this out some way. So what they did was they looked at the first attempt, and Shuhei actually had cleared the first attempt on his first jump.
Yep.
And then Sueo had done it on his second attempt. So they figured that since Shuhei did it on his first attempt, he's going to get the silver medal, and then Sueo gets the bronze. So they take the silver and the bronze, they go back to Japan, and this is what happens, all right? They figure, you know what? There was a tie. I don't want to be the silver medalist. I don't want you to be the bronze medalist. What they did was they cut the medals in half. They had them melded together, and they are now called the friendship medals.
Yeah.
Half silver, half bronze. They both own one of them. And since they got half a silver medal back in 1936, we decided right here in 2021, we're going to give you a full silver medal. So to Shuhei Nishida and Sueo Oi, you get our silver medal right here at the Weird Sauce Show.
Hey, Weird Sauce silver, just as good as an Olympic silver bronze combination.
Exactly.
I mean,
it might even be better.
Yeah, I mean,
You're going to get some free T-shirts with us.
yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
All right. So moving on to number one, and I'm excited about this guy.
Number one, baby.
Jay Stevens. You know who he is.
Oh, I know who he is. It's Shizo. Our boy Shizo.
Shizo Kankuri.
Kankure.
Also from Japan.
Yeah, he's a
he
beast.
He is the clear runaway winner, no pun intended, with our gold medal.
Yeah.
Why no pun intended with the runaway? Because this was a marathon event that Shizo took home.
And he literally ran away.
Yeah, he literally ran away. All
He did.
right. Now, you might be asking, what the hell are you talking about? Well, we're going to go ahead and dive into it, all right?
Yeah.
In all of our sports history research and everything we've done, I don't think I've ever heard of a record like this. Have you?
No, it's incredible.
I mean, it's...
We originally, when we were looking at this, we were looking up worst Olympic records.
Right.
And this is what came up. Because in a sense, I guess it is the worst, but we think it's the best.
Right. Now, there are slow times when you play a sport and when you compete, and there are very, very, very slow times.
Yep.
And then there is this time, okay? So let's go ahead and set the time. Let's go ahead and give you the setting, and then we're going to give you his official finish time for this event. Shizo, it is It's 1912. People are going to Stockholm, Sweden for the Olympics, all right? Now, Shizo, he's from Japan. He's got to head all the way to Europe in 1912.
Yeah, taking a boat, man. Like, when he gets there, he's doing his training around different ports. Coming from Japan, he was like one of the fastest runners. He was the best marathoner Japan's ever had, and they were super excited, and he was the favorite to win this race.
Right. Well, and it said it took him 18 days to get to the Olympics from Japan. 18 days. So that's a pretty grueling, hardcore trip just to get there. Well, that was nothing as hardcore as the race that Shizo was about to run. This race and the Olympics, the long distance run, there were 68 contestants that started the race. Only half, 34, finished the race. 34 didn't even finish.
Yeah.
Now, Shizo was one of those ones that did not finish, and what happened to him was a little bit unknown, but basically he got fatigued, he kind of fell out, and some local farmers got him, brought him in, helped him out. His official Olympic record was it was
missing. It was just missing. The other ones, the other 31, did not finish or did not compete because they were able to report their findings to the Olympic Committee, right? So Shizo just said, fuck that, and dipped.
Yeah, so Shizo, he gets taken in by the farmers. Nobody really knows what the hell happens to him. He goes back to Japan, keeps living his good life, still is a boss, because he's Japan's Olympic representative for the marathon. He's not some scrub. He's unknown in Sweden because he's a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
And it's 1912, but back in his home country, he's the marathoner of the country.
He's the guy.
All right, so he goes back, does his thing. Well, 54 years later, time catches up. The world gets a little bit more connected, and the Swedish Olympic Committee finds out that Shizo is still alive and that he has not had a finishing recording time. So they invite him back to Sweden and say, hey, we want you to finish the race. So Shizo flies back there. The man is in his 70s at this point, finishes the race, and has an official time in an Olympic event of 54 years, 8 months, 6 days, 5 hours, and 32 minutes.
What a record.
We're going to say that one more time for you. This is from the time he started running the race until the time he ended. 54 years, 8 months, 6 days, 5 hours, 32 minutes, 6 children, and 10 grandchildren later.
Oh, yeah.
That's how long it took him to finish this race.
That is fucking amazing.
And for that, Shizo, right here at the Weird Sauce Show, we give you our gold medal.
Shizo!
Shizo!
And I'd like to give a special shout out to the farmers who helped Shizo. Because
Yes.
if it weren't for the farmers, this story wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
So the farmers, special shout out to you guys.